Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the East Dubuque City Council meeting. It is Monday, October 6th. I ask that you please turn your cell phones off during the meeting and please be quiet during discussions. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 25-1001, call to order.
Bergmeyer.
Here.
Dagenhart.
Here.
Fleur.
Here.
Meyer.
Here.
Roby.
Here.
Taylor.
Here.
Mayor Digman.
Here.
Attorney Hess.
Here.
25-1002, staff reports, city manager report.
Okay, I'm just going to give an update on a few of the projects we got going. The Indian Hills project is getting going. Currently, Oxford is almost done. It is the curbs are in, sewer and water, and as of a couple days ago, it's paved. And the only thing really left for it is the retaining walls and landscaping kind of work. So we'll be done with that. And then Cincinema we'll talk about today, and the culvert project across the tracks should be beginning any day now. They've done the locates, and so we're about ready for that to start. And the parking lot project, got a couple of pictures for you. We made a couple of changes as we ran. One, we redirected the sanitary sewer away from the big culvert. So for those of you that recognize, here's that big circle there was where the culvert, the sanitary culvert was. So since we were in there, we did, that was a bad sanitary line. We redirected that out to the street, which allowed us to take this out. And this is when they dug it out. This is what they found, and this is why in a with old infrastructure like this, you can't make final plans until you actually see what's underground. So these are the culverts coming in and the kind of brick wall that was buried under there. This is how closed off that was. You see the bars over the culvert in the back, and with it dug out now, this is what it looks like. So that's the culvert going underneath the railroad tracks. You can see that there is quite a bit more capacity in that. And the other change that we made was instead of the swale in the parking lot surface, we put the culvert under the parking lot. The price was about the same, it's about $1,000 more to do it this way, but that would allow us to extend the storm sewer further up the line if we wanted to in the future, and to bring this line in and direct the water more toward this culvert rather than having it come out potentially on the street with the old system. So in addition to getting the parking lot, which is moving ahead, I think we're making progress on the stormwater issue at the same time. And so that would be my report. If anybody's got any questions on these, I'd be happy to take them. Thank you.
The only thing I have tonight is the Halloween proclamation. I proclaim October 31st as Trick or Treat Night for the city of East Dubuque from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Moving on, Alderperson report. Bergmeyer.
Nothing to report this week.
Thank you. Degenhardt.
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Thank you. Fluer.
Yeah, how much TIF money do we have left that we could,
It's a moving total. We've got, I think I went through it a couple meetings ago, but we've got, we started the year with about 1.7 million. We figured to end the year at about 1.1 million. And of course, that's guessing at how many facade grants and things like that. Then we did additional projects, both the parking lot and the water main on Cincinnati. The water main on Cincinnati we're taking up tonight. And so just in rough numbers, when you take those off, the balance will probably, by the end of the fiscal year, will probably be in the 600,000 to 700,000. I'm just kind of doing the math in my head at the moment. So over $500,000. Then in the next fiscal year, we can expect it to rebound at a rate, I believe it's 650,000 a year is what we took in this year. And so we anticipate at least that much coming in next year. And so that would bring the total for the TIF for the next fiscal year up to $1 million or over $1 million. And some of this depends on how much. We've got a couple issues with the emergency services building and things like that, but those are broadly the numbers. But we should be back up around $1 million for the next fiscal year.
so there's still money in there that people can borrow, or that could,
There's still money in the, yep.
do construction, or,
Yep. And there's still time, so I'll put in the advertisement now for the facade grant program. So their next meeting would be the last meeting for consideration on the debt, based on the deadline that the council put in of November 1st. Next meeting would be the last one to consider facade grants for this, this year. So
Yeah.
you're looking,
I got a dumb look on my face. So if they can put their facade program grants in by November 1st, shouldn't the next meeting after November 15th or whatever it would be, wouldn't that be the last consideration?
I think we said that they had to be through the process by November 1st, was my recollection
We
of
were gonna be done-
of it.
I thought we were taking the.
But I mean,
approvals
the
through.
council set the deadline, and the council could change the
I
deadline.
thought we did the November
Yeah.
1st for deadline.
I'll tell you now that we're this close. One of the purposes was that there were a lot of people talking about facade grants, but nobody was moving. And so it would be totally reasonable to,
Okay.
you know, if the council wanted to
just
make those
misunderstood.
changes. Okay.
Yeah, I think just I have a couple of the packets in front of me that a couple of businesses requested, and it says on the front, due by November 1st, 2025.
Oh, Dubai. Okay. Okay. So we could consider one
Nope,
more.
November 15th or whatever for the last
Okay.
consideration. Okay,
I stand corrected.
thank you.
Anything else?
That should do it.
Thank you. Meyer?
I have nothing tonight.
Thank you. Roby?
Yeah, I would like to call an ordinance meeting before the next council meeting, please.
Okay. What time are you thinking?
Probably 5-ish,
5 o'clock?
5:15, 5:30. I don't know how long it's gonna,
I'd probably go for 5, maybe.
because I want to look over that whole
time.
downtown parking issue.
Sure. All right, so we got an ordinance committee meeting for 5 PM before the next council meeting. Anything else this evening?
No, that's all.
Thank you. Taylor?
Nothing tonight.
Thank you. City Attorney Hess?
Nothing to report, Mayor.
Thank you. Chief Kavasik? Thank you. Public Works Director Van Ostren?
Nothing today.
Thank you. Fire Chief Heim?
October 26th at 1 o'clock, we're gonna do our push-in for our truck.
1 PM. All right, thank you. 25-1003, speakers from the floor. There are none noted this evening. We'll move forward. 25-1004, consent agenda.
Still moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Bergmeyer,
Aye.
Dagenhart,
Aye.
Fleur,
Aye.
Meyer, Roby,
Nay.
and Taylor.
Aye.
New business, 25-1005. Discussion and possible action to approve notice to award Louis Trenching Service Incorporated in the amount of $361,611, the Cincinnati Avenue Water Main Project, utilizing TIF funding in the city of East Dubuque.
So we opened the bids on the 2nd last week, and we had 4 bids in, and the estimated, engineer's estimated cost was $427,000 plus, and Louis Trenching came in at $361,611. That is the recommendation from our engineers, WHKS, and so that would be our recommendation.
Any questions or discussion? All right, we have a motion.
A second.
Roll call.
Dagenhart,
Aye.
Fleur,
Aye.
Meyer,
Aye.
Roby,
Nay.
Taylor,
Aye.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
Moving on, 25-1006, discussion and possible action to approve IEPA PWSL 17-6365 and 17-7079 in the city of East Dubuque payment in the amount of $378,640.74 for Louis Trenching pay application number 2.
So pretty self-explanatory. It's for the Oxford project, and all within the budget parameters, and recommend passage.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Fleur,
Aye.
Meyer,
Aye.
Roby,
Aye.
Taylor,
Aye.
Bergmeyer,
Aye.
Dagenhart.
Aye.
25-1007, discussion and possible action to approve IEPA PWSL 17-6365 and 17-7079 change order in the amount of $20,576.40 from Louis Trenching.
So, Tony, you want to give us, this is the Montgomery, the change order for the connection at Montgomery, and if anybody's got questions about it, Tony will have to talk about it, because I'm not. So the purpose of it was the shape that the water main was in going up Montgomery.
Then we decided to take a chunk of water main out because there was a service tapped into it just down from where they're gonna do the live tap. So we wanted to abandon that out of that Montgomery street. Then we also removed the old 4-inch that was in Montgomery.
Is this part of the Oxford?
This is part of.
Going to Oxford?
So if you picture the pipe going up Montgomery, you got the connection going in for Oxford, so they put in a new section of PVC to give them room to be able to both clamp it at the ends and tap into the line in the middle. So we had a few more water disruptions as a result of the shape of things and whatever going in there, but it was, I think, everybody's opinion up there, from the engineers to Louise to Tony and I, that this was a more responsible way to go on. So it basically, what it ended up in, the cost is a bigger chunk of Montgomery had to be torn up and then repaved.
A motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call?
Meyer.
Aye.
Roby.
Aye.
Taylor.
Aye.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
Dagenhart. Fleur.
Aye.
25-1008, discussion and possible action to approve an amendment to ordinance parking regulations. I'm looking for a motion to table this.
I'll make a motion to table it.
Okay. All right. Roll call?
Roby.
Aye.
Taylor.
Aye.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
Dagenhart. Fleur.
Aye.
Meyer.
Twenty-five 1009, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second. I'll second.
Roll call?
Taylor.
Aye.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
Dagenhart. Fleur.
Aye.
Meyer.
Aye.
Roby.
Aye.
We are adjourned.